What's the one thing that truly separates an entrepreneur from, well, everyone else? It's not about a fancy title or a company name. It's like they're running a totally different operating system in their brain. So today, we're going to decode that system. We're going to look at the mindset that helps some people see a gold mine where everybody else just sees a pile of rocks.
All right, so let's jump right in with the big question. What is the real difference between an employee and an entrepreneur? And here's a hint, it has absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with who signs your paycheck.
You know, it really all boils down to what you could call a mindset battle. See, the employee mindset, it can get stuck focusing on the problem, right? Complaining about how tangled up everything is and basically just waiting for someone to hand over a set of instructions. But the entrepreneur, they see the same mess and immediately start looking for the solution. They don't see a barrier, they see the raw material for an opportunity. It's all about perspective.
Okay, so let's dig into that perspective. We're going to start with the absolute #1 core identity of an entrepreneur. And it's not business owner. It's not founder. It's this. You are, at your heart, a problem solver.
And that brings us to a really important moment, the kind of gut check. So I want you to ask yourself, and be honest, when you're staring down a real challenge, who are you? What's your first immediate instinct?
And the answer is just this simple. An entrepreneur is a problem solver. That's it. That's the whole job description. I mean, think about it. Every single business out there, from the little coffee shop on your corner to the biggest tech giant in the world, exists for one reason and one reason only. It solves a problem for somebody.
But making this shift, it takes a complete rewiring of how you think. You literally have to shut down that customer part of your brain that just wants to complain when something's broken. And instead, you got to fire up the business associate part. You know, the person who steps up, takes ownership, and right away asks, okay, so how do we fix this?
Right. So once you really truly adopt that problem-solving identity, you unlock what I like to call the ultimate entrepreneurial superpower, the ability to reframe your entire world to turn those roadblocks into opportunities.
Let me tell you a classic story that just perfectly explains this. So imagine this. 2 slipper salespeople are sent to a remote island to check if there's a market for their product.
So they both get there, they look around, and they make the exact same factual observation. Nobody on this island wears slippers, okay? They are starting from the identical piece of information, same fact.
So salesperson number 1 sees this and immediately sends a message back home. This is a terrible market. There's zero demand. You see? They saw a problem, no existing customers, and that's where their brain just stopped. But the second salesperson, looking at the exact same scene, comes to a completely different conclusion. They get on the phone to the head office, and they're practically shouting with excitement. This is a massive opportunity, double the production. They didn't see a lack of customers. They saw a 100% untapped market, a clean slate.
And this right here is the whole lesson, summed up perfectly by the author Shiv Khera. Winners, they find an opportunity in every single problem. Losers, on the other hand, somehow manage to find a problem in every opportunity. It's the same world, folks, just viewed through a completely different lens.
Okay, so having the right mindset is definitely step 1. But how do you actually put that into practice? Well, let's open up the Entrepreneur's Toolkit and take a look at 3 absolutely essential traits for success. All right, we're going to break down why you need to choose humility over ego, the incredible skill of organizing, and why powerful teamwork is a non-negotiable.
First up, humility. Let me be blunt. Your ego is the single biggest killer of your growth. I love this quote. It puts it so perfectly. If you want success, you have to leave your ego at the door. And then, check your bank account. If your income is low, it just means your learning is still pending. Simple as that. You've got to be willing to learn from anyone and everyone if you really want to move forward.
Next up is this incredible skill of organizing. And listen, this isn't about inventing things out of thin air. It's about connecting the dots that are already there. Just think about a food delivery service like Swiggy. It's so simple when you break it down. Step 1, identify a need. People are hungry. Step 2, identify a resource. Restaurants have unsold food. And step 3, connect them. The entire business is just the system you build to connect those 2 things in a profitable way.
And finally, let's talk about teamwork. Because entrepreneurship is not a solo sport. You're not Tiger Woods out there playing golf by yourself. You're on a cricket team. Maybe you're not the best batter, so you become the best bowler. If you can't bowl, you become the absolute best fielder on the pitch. The goal is for everyone to bring their strengths to the table for a collective win.
So what happens when you combine that problem-solving mindset with these tools? Humility, organization, and teamwork. Well, you begin the final and most important transformation. You start to evolve from just an entrepreneur into a true leader.
And this progression really shows that there are 3 ways people respond to change. You have the people who just watch change happen, and honestly, they inevitably get left behind. Then you have the winners. They're smarter, they adapt, and they change with the change. But leaders are playing a whole different game. They're the ones who anticipate change and start creating the future before it even gets here.
And that's the ultimate point. The entrepreneurial mindset, in its highest form, isn't about just reacting to the world or even adapting to what's coming. No, it's about being the architect. It's about being the one who actually builds that future.
So that leaves us with one final question, and this one is all for you. You've got the blueprint now. The world is absolutely full of problems just waiting to be solved and opportunities just waiting to be seized. So the only real question left is, what change will you create?